If I place before you two materials, one of them is very beautiful, but the material is like something that will not last very long, but it's very, very beautiful. And then the second one, it's not as beautiful as the first one, but it's also up to standard. But the material is a very durable one. And I say to you, if you choose any of this material, it is what you are going to wear till Jesus comes back. What are you going to choose? You know, immediately I say it is what you'll be wearing forever. You will sit down. You say this one is fine, but it will not last. And I'm going to wear this till Jesus comes. In case Jesus didn't come on time, you will be automatically be inspired to pick the one that will be durable. You will not be looking for at only fine. That is what I've come to share with you today. Why are you marrying a man? Because he is tall. Because his voice sounds like something. Look, if he is tall and he is not patient, what are you going to do with him? If she is beautiful, but she does not have character, remember, nobody plans to marry and say tomorrow I will die first. Everybody getting married has a plan to be there as a covenant keeping person, Abby. So my advice from the get-go, before we go deeper into this message which I title Before You Say I Do, is have a good thought process about what you want to do. Let's take the matter deeper. Before you say I do to a man, make sure you hear from God. You say, how do I hear from God? I cannot explain that in this video, but make sure you hear from God. You know why? Because tomorrow, when there is problem, it is God that you did not hear now that you want to hear after. So start to learn how to hear God for yourself before you even get to the age where you will need to say, I'm looking for a marriage partner. It will lessen the journey for you. When a man can hear what God is saying to him, his problems are less. A lot of people have gotten married and my pastor said I should marry her. My pastor said I should marry him. It's these people that say, and he's a very good person, and he's a very nice person. Now you have married him. Those people cannot come and help you when the trouble starts. So you're saying it's you that say I should marry. That's your business. That's the way life runs. So, but if you can learn how to hear God, then it will be easy for you to hear God before you marry a person. And then when some things are happening in your marriage, you will also be able to hear what God is saying to know what to do part time. So it's very important, before you say I do, train yourself on how to hear God. Let's take the next one. Before you say I do, sister, keep your leg closed. Sir, zip up. You know why I'm saying so? So that you do not introduce another spirit into the marriage that you have not done. Because once you involve in illicit sex with somebody, you are inviting another spirit. When other spirits have already entered, you now want to go and do the legal thing. That is not wise. So sister, keep your leg closed. Don't fall for the usual traps that these OGs, the OGs they use. If you love me, you allow me. And for you to show you love me, prove it. Or the more traditional way is, Shebi, I've gone to meet your people. Shebi, you have introduced me to your mother. Shebi, we are already married, it's just a matter of time. No, sister Monica, don't ever open your legs for anybody until you get to that marriage bed. Oga, zip up your trouser. Sister, close your legs. It's better for you. Before you say I do, here's another one. Study that man very well. What are we studying, that man or the woman? Never marry a man or a woman who you cannot trace who he is submitted to. Whether he's pastor, his boss, some elder, or somebody he respects. I mean, don't ever marry a man who says, no, I'm a self-made man, I don't mix like that. You may be marrying a very weird fellow. Why? Because a man who one day the chain of his dog will cut. How are you going to collar him back? You see, I'm sitting down here, even at this my age, I have people I submitted to. My wife knows the people that she will pick their call now, who will tell me, shut up what you're saying and sit down and listen to me. Do you understand me? So you see, if a man you cannot trace, or a woman you cannot trace who she is submitted to, it is a red flag. I'm a self-made person. It's a red flag. Be warned now, so that you will not needlessly add prayer and fasting to your marriage work. Never marry a man or a woman whose mother says, I don't want you to marry my daughter, I don't want you to marry my son, or the brothers and the family members come to say, we don't want you in our family, don't marry such a fellow. Why? Because marriage, especially in Nigeria or in African zones, it is a family affair. It's not like maybe like the Western world where you can say, we saw ourselves, we have married. You are not just marrying that person you are seeing, you are marrying into that family. If they don't want you and you say, but we love each other, when the wahala starts, you are ready for it. If the mother of the child tells you, I don't want you with my daughter, Oga, leave. If you don't leave, we let me say it this way now, I start to be corrected. We rarely have mother-in-law problems. We rarely have father-in-law problems. Mother-in-law problems, berekete. So, if she has told you, I am not giving you my son, I am not giving you my daughter, go, you have not seen your husband yet, Sister Monica. See road, they go and find another person, because that is recipe for problem in marriage. Never marry a man or a woman because time is going. You have reached an age and they are telling you, at this age you are in now, who will marry you now, or at this age you are in now, menopause is already close, so you better marry now before it's too late. And then you went ahead and just grab somebody. You are going to give yourself problem. It is better courtship or relationship break than for marriage to break. Go to divorce courts. It is a bitter experience. Nobody enjoys whatever happens, what goes down there. So if you don't want to have that problem, you can avoid it. Never marry because of pressure of time. No. When God is ready, He will give you. Time is going. Let me just grab anybody. You will grab the trouble that comes with that anybody. And then at that time, had I known, it's a very difficult song to sing. I'm giving you advice now. I never marry somebody because you had a dream. And when I slept, I saw she and myself. She now gave me flower. And I say, what is this flower for? What is this flower for? And I say, okay, me to have flower. Then we exchange flower. Then we are looking at each other. Then I now wake up. Then I now tell myself, this must be the girl I'm supposed to marry. Or this must be the man I'm supposed to marry. Having a dream may come from the business of life or what dominates your mind. Maybe you have been eyeing the girl for a long time, you now start dreaming. A dream is not enough reason to marry somebody. Take your life serious. Never marry somebody because you got pregnant for them. Yes, sir. Shebi have told you, Sister Monica says, close your legs. Close your legs. I'm advising you again, close your legs. That somebody got pregnant, Oga, is not the reason why you should marry her. Is this the person you want to marry? Of course, under normal sack, you are not even supposed to have been touching her for her to even get pregnant. But let us assume, okay, it has already happened. Is this the person you intended to marry? Or you married her because they say, we are warning you, leave her alone, leave her alone. Now you are getting her pregnant. You must marry her, or you must marry him because you are pregnant for him. We don't want anybody who is a bastard waiting in our family. You must marry him. And then you marry who you don't want. A lot of women have lived their life and men have lived their life miserable, marrying somebody because they got pregnant. So make sure that is not the reason why you marry that person. Never marry a man who is beating you even before you go marry. You are in courtship, so to say. Boy, 3 slap have already passed. Are you talking to me like that? Boy, 1 blow have been launched to your teeth. If he's already beating you in courtship, if you don't want to end up a casualty, sister, don't marry him. Because what you are seeing in courtship, get ready to multiply it in marriage. Never marry a man or a woman who is already telling you, you are stupid, you this low profile man, what it is because I'm having a relationship with you. When her mouth is that sharp, in the time she's supposed to be displaying love in courtship or in your relationship, or some women, she's already slapping you before you are even married to her. Any small thing she has given you slap in front of people, she already slapping you. Know that when she marries you, wahala don't come home. Run. Daddy Ovyay is telling you now. You can call me Daddy Ovyay on this channel. Daddy Ovyay is telling you now, run. Oh. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, actually I'm giving you good advice now. Even if you're not the one who needs it, at least you can hear what I say and use it to help somebody. So please, if you're watching this video, subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and share. Please help us share to other people so that a lot more people can get this information. At least you can use it to be the advice you will give to them before they get married. God bless you as you do. Oh yeah, now that I've said this, subscribe now and also put comment. You people should be commenting now, please. I beg you, people, comment now. Okay, yeah, let's continue. Before you say I do, what are you doing? That is why they are asking you, what are you bringing to the table? If you don't want insult, Sister Monica, before you say I do, check what are you doing? Where is the work of your own hands? And I say, what do you bring to the table? He says, see what I brought. That cannot sustain a marriage. That cannot sustain a marriage. It's even an insult. The Bible tells you, as a man, make it well for yourself in the field before you marry. Is that not what the Bible says? Somebody should check. It's in proverb, but I don't know what proverb is. Please help me put it if you can find it. Let it be well with you in the field first before you bring somebody's daughter. Don't bring somebody's daughter into the house and then you want to use some hunger to kill somebody picking. So, sister, what are you bringing to the table? Is because they are looking at you and they are like, this one, you want to come and eat our son's money. That's the basis of insult you are seeing. You know how many women have been insulted. So, before I do, make sure you are doing something. Let them see that you are not liability. I want a man who will love me, who will take care of me. I want a man who will be loving and caring. Before you marry a man and say you want a man that will be loving, are you lovable and are you loving? You want a man who will be loving and caring, but you are very hostile, very rude, very bobo. You want a man who will be caring. How can it be a man that will be caring with this character you have? Marriage material, and you have this kind of character. You want a man that is loving, but are you lovable and are you loving? This is your narcissistic behavior. Is it that what you want to go and use to suffer another woman's son, or suffer another woman's daughter? Let me tell you this one, it's not very common, but it happens. Never marry a man or a woman where you introduce him to your family and then somebody calls you to the back and say, how are you now? I say, fine. Well, this is the person you want to marry. I say, yes. Are you sure? You say, yes. Have you think about it very well? You say, yes. Are you sure you'll be able to cope? You say, I'll be able to cope now. Why are you asking all this? No, nothing. I just wanted once, 1, 2, 3, keep calling you and say, are you sure you'll be able to cope with this girl? Are you sure you'll be able to cope with your family? Are you sure you'll be able to cope? Go and investigate that reason why they are saying, are you sure? Because that family may be noted for something that you start like this. If I know, and that Baba was telling me that, they say, are you sure? And I didn't understand it too, so that you don't do how I know. Investigate the reason why everybody say, is that the person you want to marry? No, nothing. That they are telling you something. Investigate that thing and be sure before you take the step. Never marry a man who has not finished with his ex. I'm in a relationship. Every time his WhatsApp will just beep. By the time you look at it, ex-girlfriend, how are you? Have you woken up? Have you gone to work? If the man is not finished with his ex, no choke head, sister. Because when you marry him, ex will still be sending him WhatsApp. Ex will still be calling him on phone. And then he will try to say, you cannot control me. Before I marry you, I have lived my life. You cannot come to that, come and control me. Let him be finished with all his external matches. When he has finished playing all his Champions League, if he's ready to settle down, but don't marry a man who is still in link with his ex. If he has a baby mama, make sure terms and conditions both of you agree before you sign the dotted line. If not, I have nothing against baby mama. Stuff happens in life, but I'm trying to tell you, if the terms and conditions of baby mama visitation and coming to, if not, you discover that you wake up in the morning, baby mama is already yours. I came to see my son. Meanwhile, she's wearing very tight-fitting ski pants or whatever it is. All these things that women wear, everything looking sharp and pushing your husband into wahala again. Every woman likes a place of emotional stability. If there is a third leg in your marriage, make sure that third leg is removed before you sign, before you say, I do. This one specifically for sisters. Never marry a man with a plan of, he will change later. Or, a lot of us deceive ourselves. I will change him later. Except God changes a man or a woman, nobody can change them. You. Some of the character you have that you have been trying to change him, how market? How far? If you love somebody, love him because you choose to love him. But say, I have seen those things. It's only one slap, you have slapped me. It's only one lie, you have there. It's only one. If you think you will change somebody later, don't be surprised if you are disappointed after marriage. Never marry a man or woman you don't vibe with. I know what I'm telling you. I mean, when the man comes, do you feel the we feeling? Do you get that? This is my husband. Do you have that go inside you? Do you feel like, oh, with this lady or with this man, I can conquer the world, I can win, we can win together? Why? Because if your energy dies whenever he or she comes around, don't marry that person. I'm telling the truth, do not marry that person. They are very, I've had testimonies of sisters where you say, when I was in courtship with him, anytime he comes around, that night I will have very terrible dream. Or throughout our courtship time, I used to have rashes all over. Immediately I stopped seeing him, the rashes disappeared. Or my business was going well. It's when I started my relationship with him, all my business just dive, all my help has just disappeared. Or every time he just comes, when he leaves or when she leaves, I just fall sick. I just feel drained out. I just feel fagged out. No, let me tell you something. In some marriages, after marriage, this one is after marriage, some men used to have erectile dysfunction. Not because there is a medical reason for it, but because they are just looking at the woman like, how did I even marry this person? Did they charm me? So you see, they are not steered by her. They feel drained out. So erectile issues started happening because they are not interested in them. Or the wife is telling the husband, no, I don't want to do the man-woman thing with you. No, I don't want. No, I don't want. Why is she saying no? Because she's just looking at the man like, I have made a mistake. I've made a mistake. I can't stand this, and I don't know the way out. She will not be looking for excuse to create problem so that the marriage, divorce, or whatever can happen. So instead of that, in the courtship, I am in a relationship time, make sure you check all these things. I am not a marriage expert. I am just somebody who has I got married in 1994, that's over 30 years, who has had marriage experience. You see, the way the world is now, you will see somebody, oh, these people have been married for the last 9 years and they are still together, and then people will begin to clap. That tells you something has gone on with this world. So I'm not a psychologist or a therapist or a marriage counselor, literally like that. I'm just a pastor. I'm just somebody with exposure and experience in marriage. So if symptoms persist, consult your doctor or consult the professional that understands it better. But I believe by one or two things I've said, even you have it blessed. God bless you. I'll see you next time.